Hi guys, this is Noiser, and I was really hyped about the talks on balancing during the Six Invitational. I won't discuss the Ella nerfs and everything relating to that in this video, but rather focus on something that I find other YouTubers haven't focused on at all. That I found really interesting. Now, it was obvious when comparing the picks and win ratios on Castle that he is underpicked and underpowered. And although this hardly is news to anyone playing Rainbow Six Siege, what the panel briefly touched on is extremely interesting in my opinion. Just listen to what Julian from the Rainbow Six Siege user research team had to say during the
Now,
panel.
you mentioned that your team's been working on some things. Can you tell us maybe some of the ideas that you've all had to potentially bring Castle into a more streamlined meta?
Yeah, we are trying. We tried a few things already. We tried to remove the amount of gadgets that can break the castle gadget, but it was not enough. And we're also looking into ways to make the barricades less harmful for your team if they are not placed correctly. But we're still working on it, and you can expect more information on that at a later point in the future.
So it seems they already tried to make changes around which gadgets that can destroy castle barricades, but that they sort of discard that idea. What Julian says though is that they've also looked into how they can make castle barricades less harmful for the team, and that we can expect more information about this further on. Now, this sounds extremely interesting in my opinion, as we could have a cool meta change in front of us, since those kind of changes really can change strategies and how you play the game. What I really like about this is that they've emphasized the need to make Castle more viable for the entire community. When it comes to balancing data, what they do is they look at the platinum and diamond players in the community and make changes according to that data, as they believe those changes will affect lower skilled players further on. And I also guess as that data is more reliable, since higher skilled players use operators and gadgets in more correct and a more consistent way, perhaps. Something that lower skilled players will learn as time goes by, though, and to make changes based on data from someone that perhaps haven't had the time or chance to learn the game is, of course, not so wise. So, what can these changes mean then? I immediately thought of my latest operator ID, Galler. So if you haven't checked that guy out, there's a link in the description to that video as well. The idea around him was that the entire team would sort of make use of his gadgets with good communication to perform unexpected flanks and change the routes around the objective. So what can making castle barricades less harmful for the other team mean, as Julian says? It could mean that anyone can put up a castle barricade after tearing it down, perhaps. Not moving it, but putting it back up, which could be really helpful in some way at least. What if the barricades could be easily opened and shut again, almost like a door? That would mean new animations and a somewhat new basic idea around what the gadget is, but still not impossible, I guess. I don't think this would be the case though, since we don't have anything in the game that works like a door, as far as I know anyway. So perhaps that is too big a change. The basic problem of castle barricades hindering defenders is, in my opinion, less experienced players using them wrong or shutting in or out the team, making flanks and retakes harder, perhaps. It doesn't have to be an experience issue, though. I mean, it could basically just be players having different ideas of the strategy for the objective as well. Solving this issue must have to do with how teammates can interact with the gadget, though, as Julian says. Perhaps it is too soon to say that we have confirmation on that an upcoming buff on Castle will revolve around this, but in my opinion, it's like this. Either Julian said something he wasn't supposed to say, which I actually doubt, or Ubisoft intentionally sort of leaked the idea to get the community starting discussions around this and listen to the chatter, as I'm sure they are doing constantly. Chatter like this video. Although this might not reach a lot of people, I for one can't not talk about it, as I would love to see a buff like this on Castle. He is in many ways an interesting operator, and my favorite ops are the ones that stick to the core idea of the game. the siege aspect of it, reinforcing a side as a defender and trying to breach in as an attacker, all with team-oriented play and focus to succeed on either side. And Castle is just the type of player that can bring more of that back into the game. I sort of have a fear that Ops will start getting further and further away from that core idea of the game, as I guess is inevitable when adding more and more operators over the years. And I still think there are a lot of good ideas for operators from the community that keeps the focus on that core game mechanic. So, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think Julian means with his statement during the balancing panel? Share your thoughts and ideas by leaving a comment below, and please give a thumbs up or down so I get some sort of feedback on this video. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it to get notified when I post my next video. I'll be back soon again, and until then, I will keep being Noiser. Hej då!